Hey guys, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I'm your host Nick Nack, hanging out with you guys tonight. Guys, I got a quick, awesome vintage Star Wars haul to show off to you guys, including a awesome Imperial attack base that I have populated with the appropriate action figures for it, I believe, and also a Neo vintage pickup I've gotten over the last couple weeks. I don't know if anyone's ever coined the term Neo vintage to any collectible that is stylized vintage Star Wars, but actually isn't vintage because it's new. So I don't know. I'm not going to take credit for like coining that, but I'm going to use that terminology tonight, Neo vintage, because yes, I did pick up the Stan Solo Oola. We're going to check out her sweet ass tonight as well. All right, guys, stick around. It's going to be awesome.
Knickknacks Plastic Planet.
Guys, well, here it is. Check it out. This is the Imperial attack base by Kenner. I believe this is circa 1981, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, feel free to correct me in the comment section. But anyway, I just picked this up just recently from the eBay. And I think I paid $80 shipped for this. And fortunately, I had a gift card left over from Christmas. I have a lot of loving family and friends. And I picked this up, used a gift card, I should say, to pick this up. So I only paid about $30 for this. Now, what did end up costing me some degree of money is buying these snow troopers, these vintage snow troopers. I haven't owned a vintage snow trooper since my childhood. So I needed to buy at least 2 or 3 to populate this thing. I might actually buy 1 or 2 more before it's all said and done. But anyway, so I did buy these 3 here, and 2 of those I bought some retro vintage like side capes for them, waist capes. I don't know what the hell you call those things, but very few of those vinyl capes made it out of anyone's childhood intact. I had the Snow Trooper as a kid. I remember that cape. Once you took it off, you could get it back on. At least not with my clumsy 5-year-old hands. But anyway, this is the Imperial attack base. There's that Darth Vader back there that I showed off in my last video. That is actually a retro Darth Vader from Hasbro / Kenner that just recently came out, and I showed him off, like I said, in my previous video, and he is very clean and looking very, very pristine, standing up above those stairs, giving out orders, I'm sure, to his Imperial troopers. The AT-AT driver in there, right there, as well as the AT-AT commander right over there, aka General Veers. Those 2 figures are actually from my childhood, so that there is some original childhood collectibles in this piece. Like I said, I did pick up the attack base itself just recently, and I had this piece as a kid, and this piece really wreaked havoc on me as a child because of all the play gimmicks associated with it and all the blow apart features that just basically made it fall apart on my ass. And it was actually a very, very frustrating piece to have as a 5-year-old, as I recall. Alrighty, guys, so as I mentioned, there are a few blow apart features on this this piece here that kind of, like I said, made it a little problematic for me as a little guy. But anyway, one of them is this ice bridge here can be blown apart. I believe that's done by pulling on this trigger here. So let's see how well the springs and whatnot on this piece still are after nearly 40 years. So anyway, haven't done any of this myself, so this is the first time I'm going to be doing any of this here on camera for you guys. But let's check that out. So I'm going to pull on this thing, and it doesn't seem to do much. Maybe if I pull that way, maybe you can kind of see where it wants to. But yeah, so anyway, that does blow apart. So that's that. The gun has this nice clicking sound, as that's so typical of Kenner toys from the late 70s, early 80s. That clicking sound. So that's kind of neat. There is another blow apart feature back here, I believe, with the shelter and the back wall, I think, blow off. Let's see if I can get that done. Maybe if I put a little pressure on this one and do it really hard. There it goes. This was problematic for me as a kid, even to this day, now that the roof blows off the shelter there. This piece here fits just slightly back along this back piece here, and it just kind of leans up against that, both of these posts here, so to speak. And I always had a hard time as a kid getting this to fit right. And eventually, you know, our family dog ate the shit out of this piece and chewed it up. I even remember using Scotch tape at one point to get this thing to fit. Never could. This thing just pissed me off as a little guy. I gotta be honest with you. But as an adult, it's a really, really cool dioramic piece. Alrighty guys, and finally I do like to show you guys everything here in its natural habitat, as it will be displayed temporarily or otherwise here on the Plastic Planet. And this is where I have my Imperial attack base, as you guys can see, is on these shelves here by my Millennium Falcon, and displayed really nicely with that vintage Empire Strikes Back lunchbox there, with those snowtroopers invading Echo Base. Pretty damn awesome. Again, the Imperial attack base doesn't have the same kind of, I think, nostalgia and maybe warm fuzzies that people have that might have for maybe the Probot and turret set that I also do have. But I think it's kind of damn cool, and it's definitely got a very favored position here in the Star Wars wing of the Plastic Planet. Alrighty guys, and coming up next I have a little bit of a show and tell for you guys, that is including this Stan Solo Oola down there in my vintage Jabba the Hutt scene, which will be getting a little bit of a makeover here in the next coming weeks. I'll definitely be showing you guys that when that happens. But anyway, Oola's pretty damn rad, and I don't know what to call her. She's I guess she's definitely neo vintage, but she's definitely not a reproduction, as they never made Oola back in the Kenner days between 1978 and 1985, obviously. So yeah, she's completely original, but definitely in that vintage stylization. So let's check her out up close real fast. Alrighty guys, and here is Oola, and I've given her a temporary parole from being tied to the vile gangster Jabba the Hutt. I've taken off her little chains there, and she's hanging out down here in the Jabba's droid factory, or droid dungeon. But anyway, she's really, really damn awesome. I've seen some other reviews on her online that might do this a little more justice than what I'm going to do today, but I'm just going to kind of show you guys off her a little bit there. Just a definitely nice looking vintage-esque head sculpt there, and her outfit's definitely on point. Even got her little toenails there. So yeah, she's looking really, really dynamite, if I don't say so myself, as you guys can see the backside of her as well. So again, I mean, she's everything you'd want from a reproduction or basically brand new vintage style action figure. She's definitely got that vintage look, and she'll look dynamite with anything you happen to want to put her in that is vintage related. And yeah, I got her off Etsy, by the way, and I spent a lot of money on her. She's going for $41, but after shipping, that was almost $60. So she is expensive, but pretty cool.